Hello everyone, my name is Ravindra and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are seeing how to do the error handling in Power Automate Flow by using try and catch method. This is completely new tutorial in 2025 and you can also get the template of this try and catch method to download it. Okay, so I will showcase you one small demo how it's work. So this is the flow that we have. Okay, let's I select the manually trigger flow. Okay, and let's test it. So this is a just demo flow, but you can implement this scenario to any your flow. Okay, template is available for download. Please, this is very crucial video as well. Okay, in each flow, in each organization, we need to create this. Okay, so this is very important, and you need to at least know all the things. Okay, so if you see we are taking list of owners, so only who has the owners, okay, them get the email message. Let's I showcase you the email message as well how it's look like. Let's I open the Outlook here. So this is the mail, okay, with the emergency high important message, okay, and header is flow. Here is the dynamic name of flow, okay, it will come automatically, and here is the once good table, okay, with the formatting. Here you can be see. So all these actions, okay, all these things we will create in the stepwise manner. Okay, if you want the blog, so blog is also written, okay, all these things, okay, all the mention. Okay, so if you want any code that you want to copy or anything, you can follow the blog as well. Okay, or the code template is given here. So let's we go and create this flow from the scratch. So here I just selecting the manually trigger flow. After manually trigger flow, let's we use here one scope action. Okay, for scope we need one more scope action, okay, for the catch purpose. So let's add a scope action one more time here. To the first action we will rename this to the try, and to the second action we will rename it to the catch. Okay, so thing is done. Now the most important thing, okay, I'm taking this first so you can understand. To do the error handling means whenever this try block fails, okay, what we will do, we will go in the selection action, select all the actions here. Means whenever it fails, keep this catch action should run, okay, by default. And also we will add one more block finally, okay, scope action. This is not important one, okay, it should you need, okay, if this code run or fail, then also you need to run some actions. Okay, in that case you can add the finally option, okay, here. So it should run always, okay, if this code fail or not fail, but this should run always. That's why we use this. Okay, so in that case you can go in the setting, and in the catch method, if it is keep, if it is fail, you should select this. So always this code will run. Okay, so this is three methods. Okay, try, catch, and finally. Okay, so in the try method, let's we create one error. Okay, so for that purpose I just using the compose action, and we will create one due error. Okay, so for that purpose let's we set it number. Okay, and let's use here one more compose operation, and let's use here function. Okay, due action here we will use. Okay, in the due we will use the dynamic content of our number input, and it is divided by a later. And let's click on the add here. Okay, so a we can't add, okay, only the number. So for that purpose as well, let's I copy this one. Okay, and let's add one more compose action here. Okay, so that compose action should represent the letter, so we can create one custom here. Okay, so letter, let's I give here a, and in the number let's I give here 1. And let's in compose, let's rename this action to an error. Okay, and in input let's we give here one formula power effect. let's we use a paste, and in the dynamic content we will select here later and just clicking on here add. So our error is created. Now let's we save this and test we are getting error or not. So always try to ensure whenever you run some flow, okay, like 20%, 30% you complete your flow, always test your flow. Means if you have any error you can identify there, okay, and you can be work on those error immediately. So now our flow is running now, okay, and you can be see our flow is failed here, okay, if you see, but we are catching that all the errors that we have in the catch method, and finally code our always run, okay. So now we let's go, all things are correct. In the catch action we need the error, okay, so for that purpose we need the output of this one, okay. In the output, in the result of this try action we will get all the errors, all the actions, all the things we will get. So for that purpose let's we go and add here filter array action. In the filter array we will go in the power effects and use a result function, okay. If you see result, the here you can see the description result from the top level action in the specified scope action such as for each until and scope action. So this result is only used for in the for each, do until and in the scope action, friends, okay. So let's we go in the dynamic content and we need to give the name of our scope action. So we'll give here try and let's click on the add here, okay. And if you see the result of this one, okay, so let's for now using a dynamic content, okay. So friends, let's click on this power effects, and from this result we let's I go to the item, let's give here question mark and we need the status here, okay. So let's I give a status and just simply closing this one, okay. And let's click on here add and is equal to, will gives not equal to whenever it's not succeed. In that case we all need the all the result, okay, means number is not failing, later action is not failing, only the error action is failing. So that's why we give here succeed, okay. I will showcase you how it works, okay, and from where we are taking these values as well, okay. So let's run our flow one time, okay. Let's click on the test manually and clicking on here save and test here. Let's click on here run flow, click here done. So our flow is run successfully, and in the filter action, friends, you can be see if I go in the input, okay. So our input is like this, okay, all the actions, okay, like the number, error, letters, okay, this all the action that is present try action we are getting in the result, okay. And from that we are only filtering the action that is not succeeded, okay. If status is succeeded we are skipping this action, okay. If status is not equal to succeed we are taking this action. So in this is filter we here, okay. If you see in the output as well, so in the output it will showcase as a this body here. Now we have the error message, we need the flow information now, means who is created this flow, what is the flow name, okay, and which environment this flow. So for that purpose we'll use one operation, okay. We have one function that is workflow. Let's have first showcase you, okay, what it result, okay, what is the use of that. So workflow function gives the information of our flow in the runtime, okay. I simply added here workflow and let's test what output it is giving us, okay. From that output we will fetch the required parameters that we need for us, okay. So let's I click on the save and test, let's click on the run flow here and let's click on the done, okay. So in the compose 3 if you see in the output section, okay, so this we are getting here id, okay, workflow with the id name of our flow, okay. This is internal name of our flow, then the type location where this we are hosted this flow, okay, and in the tag section we have the flow display name, so this we need, okay. Then in that also we have the environment name and when it is created, last modified, and who created this flow, that the name of that user is also here, okay. And also we have the other information of the flow, so by using this function we will get the flow display name, okay. And the if you want environment name you can take from here, and the we are creating the link of our flow, so user whenever click on that so he can be navigate. So let's take the pass this tag, and in that we will pass the flow display name. So let's I go in the edit section, and in the compose let's I click on the workflows, okay. Let's give here question mark, curly bracket, string, and t capital tags, okay. Then we will give question mark, and from the tags we now need the flow display name, okay. So for that purpose let's I give your flow display name, and our entire what we can say code is ready, okay. And let's click on here update, and let's rename this to the workflow name, okay. Now let's add one more compose action. In that compose action we have the url, okay, workflow run url. So let's rename our action first, okay, and let's give this to the workflow run url, okay. In the let's go to the power fx, and let's copy the code, okay, and I will explain you as well. So what basically we are doing here, we are using a string function and concatenate, okay. Concat function is used to combine multiple string into a single string, okay. So by using this concat we are giving this flow url, okay. And then we are from the workflow tags we are taking the environment name here dynamically, okay. And then from workflow we are taking the name, okay. So this url we are constructing here, okay. This is flow, okay, you can see. Then we have the workflow name, okay. Then we want to see the run history, so that's why purpose I pass here runs workflow run and the name we are passing here, so we get the complete url of our flow, okay. So let's click on here add. Then we have the workflow name as well as workflow run url, okay. And we need the flow owners as well, who are the owners of this flow. So that's why purpose we will add here list owner action of our flow, list owners, this one. If you want the flow owner name, in that case you can implement this action here, okay. If you don't need, in that case you no need to use this action, you can directly pass the user's name, okay, in the your in your flow. So same functions will give your custom, and click on the dynamic, and from our workflow, okay, function we will need the tag, okay. From that we will take the environment name and simply click on here add. Then we need want the flow, so we will use the custom here and click on here power fx. And similarly we will go with the flows as well, friends, okay. So here we will go with the workflow question mark name, okay. And let's click here add. So by using this action we will get the flow owners. Let's we save our flow and run one time, and let's see what output we are getting here, okay. So always keep whenever you add some actions, 2 to 3 actions, always run your flow, okay. So you will get the proper error message as well as your flow is working correctly or not, that will also you can identify. So flow is running now. Currently, you can see we getting error, and we are also getting the here. If I show you the output, okay, in the output we are getting the flow name, okay, dynamically, as well as we are getting the URL, okay. So this is URL. So all this code, okay, that I have written is available in the blog, okay, friends. So if you see here, all the codes, okay, that is workflow name, other information, this how to construct the URL. So all this is mentioned here. You can use this flow to copy the other syntax as well as expressions. Okay, so in the list owner, if you see, let's see the output. In the body we have the value, it is in array format, and here we are getting the ID of the users. Okay, so all good. Let's we go, and from that user principal ID we need the user display name or the user email ID. So for that purpose we'll use here get user profile action here. Okay, this v2 action we will use here, and in this one we are simply pass here the principal ID. Okay, or just click on the dynamic content, and from dynamic content select here properties principal. Okay, and we need the ID. So for that purpose give a slash and type here ID. Okay, so you will get the ID here. Okay, and then simply click on here add, so it will go automatically in the for each action. Okay, and here it will get us the for each properties ID we will get here. Okay, so we need the email ID of the user. Okay, so for that purpose you can directly use the data operation as well, or the simple trick is as well. Let's I showcase you. You can initialize the one variable at the top of your flow. Okay, let's we initialize variable. Let's give here where email, and selecting type as an array, value will keep it blank, and in this apply to action we'll use the variable here and user append to array. Let's select here where email, and in from the dynamic content we will select here the email ID because we need the email only. Okay, so let's I type here email, so mail action is here, so we get. And outside this we will use one more compose operation, or join also we can use. Okay, let's we give here array. Okay, so array is where email, and we need to separate this with the semicolon. Okay, and we will use the name to this join action. Okay, as an recipient emails. Okay, so let's I go and rename the action here, and after that we need to create an one email template. Okay, so let's we go first add, go to the compose operation here. Okay, in the compose let's select here email temp, rename our compose to the email template here, and in the here the things that we need just simply add it here. Okay, like I need the output, okay, of the recipient emails, then I need the workflow run URL. Okay, then I need the whatever values we need. Okay, you can simply put here. Okay, and just open the anything. Okay, you can open the copilot here. Okay, and use the prompt to them. Okay, kind like this. Okay, kindly help me to create a HTML table for Power Automate flow, and whatever action you have. Okay, just use Control A and Control X here, directly cut it. Okay, and simply paste it here. Okay, it will create an table for you in the HTML format. Okay, also you can give prompt to them. Okay, towards to add the CSS. Okay, add css as well. Okay, so in this way you can play with this and you can create a one template. Okay, so I already have one template that I created, you can use this as well. Okay, so this template also you can use. Okay, all the syntax and other thing is present here. Okay, just we need this one. Okay, that's I simply using control C control V. Okay, and going in the email template section and simply using this one. Okay, Let's clicking outside. Okay, so email template is created. Now we need to send an email, so that's why purpose we use a send email action. Okay, send an email v2 action, we will use it here. Okay, and just click on this gear icon and use a dynamic content. In the dynamic content, just use the recipient email action. Okay, output, let's give your subject. Okay, subject you can simply give dynamically. Okay, and this output we are taking from the our own compose action, that is workflow name. And we will create a body as well. Okay, so in the body we will pass the things. Okay, simply just I pasting the email compose action here. Okay, and in the importance we will set it to the high. And in finally block, if you want to run some code, okay, that should always run, we will add that action here. Okay, and for now I just saying okay, and this our complete flow. So finally, friends, our flow is entirely done. Okay, and if you have any comment, any suggestion for me, you can put that in the comment box. Okay, I will always work on that. Okay, and keep learning, keep going, keep exploring. Have a nice day to all of you. And our flow is currently running here. It is saving and testing. Okay, so that's all, friends. Keep and friends, here you can be see our flow is run. Okay, let's check the output here. Let's do the one time hard refresh, and here you can see we receive an email with the proper notification with the proper description. That's all, friends. Keep learning, keep going. Have a nice day to all.